Welcome back to the Tim and Steve Show. I am Tim Beard.
I'm Steve Morris.
How's it going, Steve?
Pretty good. Getting the cars inspected today.
I have to register the cars today, last day and all. Then I'll work on inspections next week.
It was expensive this year because we had the newer Cherokee.
The new Cherokee that you're getting screwed on anyways because there's issues with it, and now you just had to register it.
Yeah. I'll lose another. That's another $600 that I'll probably won't recover.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
They punish you in the Northeast for a nice car.
They do. It's ridiculous.
I mean, they don't want you to drive anything that's not nice, so thus their stupid plug your car and if the check engine light's on crap. So the Mini Cooper, every time I bring it there that gets the check engine light off, they'll turn it off, and you have to drive it 200 miles before it'll go through the thing for the state's mission, whatever. And every time I'll leave there, it comes right back on. Screw it, I get pulled over and be like, yeah, you know what, take it up to the state because I paid my registration, the safety inspection's done. I don't care at this point. Like, just a joke, complete joke. Like, I get it. If you want to do an emissions test and do a, like, smog test, like a sniff the pipe or whatever, but most of the other states below the Rust Belt, they don't even have emissions or inspections for that matter. Like,
the city of Houston does. They plug something in to check your...
I'm fine. I want to do it, put the smog test on the end of it or something, but...
And it was crazy, too, because if I got my car inspected outside of Harris County, which is what Houston is in, and I'm sure Dallas and Austin probably do it, too, but all the other outlying counties, it's like $28-30. But then to have the emissions test, it's like back then anyway, I remember it being close to $100 to get it inspected.
It's a freaking scam. The whole thing's a scam.
Yeah. Well, I understand wanting to have a set standard of what your car needs to be like so you don't have somebody out there with a Flintstones mobile on the highway.
But it's not, though. It's only each state has its own thing. Man, I was driving down in, I don't know, one of the Carolinas or something one time and look over and the dude had like chicken wire for a window. I've seen like no rear door. I've seen some stuff that was like, what is this? And then up here it's like, oh yeah, your check engine light's on.
There's
Sorry,
a malfunction with a chip that you've taken it in 6 times to figure out,
right?
And they still can't figure it out.
And I'm not supposed to drive it? Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, planted the rest of. So I went to Home Depot yesterday and had to get some stuff for work. A wheelbarrow. What a crock that is! $139 for a wheelbarrow. And I was like, go get a hoe.
Should have went to like New to You or something that got you an antique. Probably last.
That would have last, yeah. Then I get a hoe. It's like $22 something, $23.
That's gone down. The last time
they had one there that was like 30 something. Yeah. I'm like, I don't need that masonry hoe. Like, and that's what I'm doing is I'm mix up some concrete and a wheelbarrow with it. Like, no, this is ridiculous. So, but anyways, I'm like, I gotta get some more hose and sprinkler for the garden. Trying to set it up so that you don't have to move stuff. And I bought one of those soaker hoses. That's a waste of money. That's going back.
So I last year I bought 2 tools. I bought a hoe. The first time I struck it into the ground, it broke, and it's supposed to have like a lifetime. You could take it back. Whoever does. I didn't do it. I should have. So this year I cut it down and tried to rebuild it. And what was the other thing that the first time I used it, it broke? I don't know. Just the things just aren't made to last anymore. No. But like the first time I used them, both of the accessories for my garden broke.
The sprinkler I bought was $24, $25. I mean, they had a cheaper one there, but I'm like, well, I've got one of those cheap ones already broken at the house. So I'm like, what? I mean, it works pretty good. It's just, so it's like trying not to put a hose on a row, and it's a challenge.
It's just all garbage. Like, we need to bring back good old-fashioned American manufacturing.
Yeah, if you had an old wheelbarrow, it like lasts. Like now, even a cheap wheelbarrow like we used to buy would be like $80, $90 now. That's garbage. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to buy that. Like, it's just ridiculous. So then, of course, anyways, the point I was going is I bought 9 more plants. I got 7 tomato plants and 2 jalapeno peppers. You bought a rake?
A lifetime warranty. It was a plastic one, and like I pulled, got caught, and then like a quarter of it broke off. I'm like, why would you even give this a lifetime warranty?
Yeah, and half the time it's like you can't bring it back to that store. It says right down here, don't return to the store. I'm like, tell you what, I just bought this saw, and if it don't work, it's going back to that store. I'm not calling anybody. They took my money. They're gonna switch this out. Like, but yeah, they're 99 cents. So I was like, oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Had more time and I wasn't doing work stuff, I probably would have grabbed a bunch more because for 99 cents, you can't go wrong. Like,
Yeah,
so,
I went to Ocean State because I knew between Ocean State and Obashan that they had shishito peppers, which I had grown. Well, I had seedlings, and then I was out there this morning watering, and all four of the ones I had are gone. Like either they dried up from the heat or they got crushed by the water because they're kind of close to the end where if the water as it shuts off, it just stays in one spot and pounds it. So I was able to find four shishito, but they were not on sale. But I was glad that I can actually replace the actual pepper with the actual pepper because it's hard with my tomatoes finding heirloom tomatoes.
yeah. Yeah, the ones we got from Kevin and Michelle were heirloom, but the other ones, the ones we got from, they're not. So,
heirloom just tastes so much better. Like it's nice because you read on the hybrids how it's disease resistant, crack resistant, all this other stuff, and then it's like, but is that good for me?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. How
I don't understand the science behind it, so why would I
Yeah.
put it in my body?
Yeah, so I got it planted and watered it. It's funny because it gets dry so quick. And then, of course, we come to your house last night for your birthday, and then we went to leave, and, of course, you're like, oh, I hope it rains. And I'm like, dude, I have 10 bags of concrete in the back of my truck. It better not rain. And we go and we are about to leave. We walk outside, and it's pouring out. So you know the tarp you gave Adriana to put over my truck when I got back to the house because I had my black truck and it was on my white truck. Yeah, I got home. He didn't put the tarp over it. He went in the house. And Andrew's like, oh, you want to get the tarp? I'm like,
Well,
there's no sense now. It's pretty much stopped raining and it's already wet. So we'll see. I think it'll dry. I think it'll be all right. We'll see. But I was like,
those bags got to be able to handle a quick wetting, maybe.
I'd hope. I mean,
now, in Texas with the humidity, if you leave them sitting around, they turn into blocks.
Yeah.
You can't, you know what I mean?
Even around here, if you have it long enough, it will harden right on up. But, yeah. And then, yesterday, when I finished the show, went to this job I've been doing for weeks now. And it's weird because I had to strip the rest of the interior wall that's kind of on the exterior, if it makes sense. So basically, there's an addition. I took the addition off. But there's still an interior wall, which now needs to become an exterior wall. I had to strip off. It wasn't even sheetrock. It was like a cardboard kind of material wall. It's early 1900s. So there's a chimney, and the chimney's only like 3 feet tall, maybe 4. Because when I told my dad, like, hey, can you come over and look at this for me? Because, you know, the roof is a little weird. It's got a weird valley, and he's been doing this my whole life. He knows way more than I do. So I'm like, hey, why don't you come? I'm really good at demo work. I can do other stuff, but I get frustrated. And so I'm like, hey, give me some advice on this. He's like, oh, that chimney, that doesn't go all the way up. You can see there's boards in there. So the bottom 4 feet of it is just, I don't know. And then the top is the chimney. So I take off that sheathing cardboard stuff, and I'm like, oops, I can literally see inside the cabinet. So I asked the customer, I'm like, hey, do you mind losing half of the cabinet? Because if I get rid of this, I can just put a 2x6 wall here. It's just going to make everything easier. So yep, cool, that's fine. So I go in, make sure she was good. She took everything out, all that. So I start taking that down, and then I'm going to try to knock the chimney down, hoping I can just push the whole thing right out because she still has a wall inside. You can see it, and I don't know exactly what's there, and I'm like, so I have to be careful because I don't want to mess up the kitchen where I'll have to go fix more stuff. So anyways, I took half the chimney down because the rest of it just didn't want to come out with like a hammer, and I'm up on a ladder, and this is the picture I sent you. I want to show everybody. So this is what I looked like after taking the chimney down, and good times right there.
Yeah, you sent me that picture, and I was like, "Are you going to a wrestling match or whatever?" You know, because you got your tank top on. I thought maybe a singlet. You're about to go wrestle.
This is my best tank top too because it's thin, like super thin. Yeah, I won't show everybody the picture of the, basically when I took my shirt off, I was still wearing a shirt because my chest, it was covered. So I probably took a 15-minute shower, wash, and then after I'm like, hey, Andrew, when you get home tonight, you're going to have to take a shower because, I'm pretty sure I have some here I can't reach. And it was pretty good. And it's that fine, the chimney is full of soot because there's no cleaner. I mean, it was full. And I'm like, good time. So I got that down, and today I proceeded to do a little more. And today's a little different because we do the show every morning except on Thursdays when Chief comes in. We do it a little later. So I went down and I got some work done earlier, and then hopefully I'll go back and do some more. But that was my day yesterday. I still think I can feel it in my lungs. You're like, hey, you should wear a mask. And I'm thinking, yeah, I really should have for something like that. But
yeah, like a real, not like
an N95 mask.
Or
because I can still feel it in my...
one of those like respirator type things that...
Yeah.
Like Darth Vader.
I'm not the mask guy when it comes to like COVID. That's a sham in my eyes. Yeah. But this, I 100% should have worn a mask. But anyway, so your brother was here last night. So we went shooting, and I was like, all right, I'll meet you guys there. Because you didn't text me back. You're a little slow on the texting. So all right, I'm just going to go. And
yeah, with the new phone, I hardly...
Doesn't work great for you.
Yeah, like there's a lot of... I don't know. I need to change some settings. But once I turn my ringer off, like it's off. It's been off for like 3 weeks now.
So I actually shot the first time before you guys even got there, or just about as you guys got there. And it was so funny because I don't think I've ever actually hit the bullseye exactly, you know. And when you do the 3 shots on the strong hand and then non-dominant hand, the other one, I actually hit the bullseye somehow, which is pure luck because I'm left-handed, and so I do it with my right hand. And then, I don't know, the second time I shot wasn't as good either. So we're waiting for the results. Before we started the show, I'm like, hey, did you get the results? I'm just curious if I did better this week because Todd wasn't there yesterday early because he usually scores it for us. So I'm just curious if I shot better. I felt a little more comfortable.
I feel like I shot better because we did a makeup round, so I feel like I did better on current week than I did on last week. So I guess
Me
when they
too.
put
I
the
don't know
scores
why.
in there, and even though the makeup we fired second,
right?
So you think it would have been better?
Yeah.
But I feel like I did better for this week than I did on last week. So it'll look like there's an improvement, maybe, hopefully.
Of course,
right? Because they'll put in week 5 results, which will be lower than week 6.
So they, of course, they're standing next to David Cahill, and he used to be the police chief in Sunapee. He retired this year, and it was just like standing next to Wendell. I was getting hit with brass. I'm like, what the hell? But it was fun. It was good.
There's some sharpshooters on that.
There's some people that's. I think if we're in a league with people that weren't good at shooting, we probably feel a little better about ourselves. But
I mean, we're in the middle of the pack, right?
We are. We're not at the bottom. My goal is just, I said in a contest to be the last person, but actually, no, I'm not doing too bad.
Yeah, we're doing well. I mean, it's helping, and then it's fun.
It is. It's a good time. So, so we did that. I went to the land, watered, put those plants in, and come back to your house and pizza. And Rob was talking about his electric chainsaw, and you guys are talking about how you're from Texas and all this stuff, and then he talks about his electric chainsaw, dude. I'm like, you're a big bad Texas boy, and you have an electric chainsaw. So I have a picture. I just want to show. This is for Rob. This is what a real chainsaw looks like. It's a gas-powered steel right there, which is dull. I had to put in the truck because I didn't cut that much with it, but it got dull pretty quick. Time to sharpen it up. That's for your brother.
I'll pull up sometimes, and Devin will be on the back of his
sharpening saw.
Just sharpening the saw. I'm like, what are you doing? Just taking a break, sharpening. Like, not here to cut down trees. He's just like pulls in and
just doing it.
I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
That's
I would
funny
just go buy a new.
Well, when you showed up to the land last week or whatever, I'm like, see that tree right there? Laid it right down exactly where I wanted it, you know? But I'm not even Devin and his dad they're professionals. I'm okay at it. But I did show your brother. I was like, see that chainsaw? And I showed him I have a scar on my leg where I caught myself with a chainsaw. And I said, oh, see that there? And, when did you do that? He's thinking probably like when I was, 15 or something. I'm like, no, it was like 5 years ago. Oh, did you have those chaps on? No.
Well, Nikki worked in urgent care, so when I told her I was going to go get me a steel chainsaw instead of a little battery powered,
she panicked.
Well, she was like, you got to get the chaps. She's like, you got to get the whole outfit. That I'm like, I don't.
The chaps are a good idea.
You could buy me that when I'm not with you, because I just feel like I would, if I go and like buy the whole system of protection, I would just feel less manly.
Chaps are a good idea. Even a lot of loggers wear chaps. So what happened to me, I was just...
And I say that because she's between snowblowers and chainsaw accidents,
I got lucky. So
there's a lot of people getting hurt.
I never went to the hospital for that. It was winter. It was really cold, and luckily I just hit
Your
it.
wound froze up.
Yeah, like it just hit it.
Were you in shorts?
Nah, not this time. But luckily, I think I did have double layer Carhartts on, which helped. And I just went back to work. But I had like 20 trees laid down because I was clearing the whole area out. I just get too complacent. So when you bring the bar back, like, just stupid mistake. And so then the guy was like, all right, you need to wear chaps. And so I did for like a little bit, but then I don't wear chaps.
Hey, I had a tree that fell down across my trail, and
The one I cut?
yeah, the one that you helped me. But you saw how I took an axe to it to get it off the trail because I don't have a chainsaw. I got, like my brother, I got a hedge trimmer, basically. It's supposed to be for limbs and small stuff. And
Yeah. I mean, he was just like, hey, it was a Ryobi. And I'm like, Ryobi makes a gas chainsaw? Which they may, I don't even know. But no, I was just giving him a hard time. But, yeah. So it was fun. I said it was a good day.
yeah.
Saying happy birthday to you, had cake.
It was, for the last 17 years, I don't really remember spending my birthday with people other than maybe Nikki or Zeta. But a lot of times I would not even be home, or I get home from work at 10 o'clock at night, and at that time everybody's already in bed or ready for bed. So it was nice to be able to sit down and eat pizza. I was able to talk to my mom yesterday. She sent me a nice box full of goodies.
Speaking of your mom, I want to thank her. Sent me this shot glass. Says come and take it. Thank you, Grandma Susie. I will use that Saturday. You're coming over Saturday.
Yeah.
You'll have to use yours.
I don't know if I want to travel with it. How about we just wash yours in between?
Strong enough alcohol wouldn't matter.
Alcohol will kill it.
I mean, I'll be doing Fireball, but it's not quite strong enough probably to kill everything. But remember,
Fireball's deadly.
You got in trouble a year ago, July 4th.
I'm not really allowed. I can. I need to temper my.
It's a good time.
My family has a history of alcohol tasting very good, so I have to be careful.
You're good though.
Yeah, I know, but
it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do anything illegal or moral or unethical. I just was.
Yeah.
Oh, I drank about 2 shots too many.
Well, yeah, because once I started you, then you kind of.
As my mom says, I had a thick tongue. I wasn't able to communicate clearly.
So tomorrow in the morning, for our show tomorrow, Shannon McMichael are going to be calling her at Noise R Us, talk about the hours, which every time I drive by there now, it's packed. Obviously.
Yeah, it was packed just a while ago because I was going to stop in and grab some real quick.
I have to have him get there.
It did not look like it was going to be a real quick trip. So
no. It's usually, even when there's a lot of cars there, it's actually usually pretty quick because people are walking around and they cash you out pretty quick. Cause,
it looked like they were getting a delivery, so it was also a parking issue.
Huh. So, so her hour, just so we can talk to her over the weekend.
It looks like she got some fresh fireworks in today.
Nice. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I got to pick up my fireworks still. I feel bad because I really should have done that earlier this week, but that way I can get it out of her hair and she doesn't have to worry about boxes over here. And so I definitely have to do that either later or tomorrow at the latest. But if you need fireworks, go to Noise R Us, pick them up. And
right there on John Stark Highway.
John Stark Highway, yeah. 4th of July is on Monday, so this is our busy time of year. And then after that, it goes pretty quiet. So, we got Chief coming up shortly. I have another position of the day at school, middle school guidance counselor. They've been doing this every day. I think it's pretty cool. Just because I'm curious, like what?
Yeah, I am impressed, and I've told them that. I think I even said at the school board meeting. From my perspective, they've been keeping up. Yeah, I like the new website.
Yeah, they're doing good. Rich's Free Library we talked about yesterday, looking for book donations. Some of these slides I'm just going to throw at the end of the show, and I'll leave them there. 3 things with the library today, which is pretty cool. So yeah, they're looking for book, 2 box maximum. They don't want a truckload of books, but it's going to be for the Apple Pie Festival, and they do their book sale. And then today was the first day that our summer reading program kicks off, and they have a visit today. Of course, the time you see this will be over, but I think it seems like it's every Thursday at 1 o'clock. But today they had the VINs, which I'm not sure what that is exactly, but they had aquatic creatures showing up. which is cool. So, but anyways, the library side lawn, 1 o'clock. Bring a family blanket, borrow one of ours, and enjoy the shade under our beautiful pine trees. And then, it's a summer reading program they're doing. A lot of times you drive by and you'll see a bunch of young kids and families and stuff out there. It's pretty cool. So that starts this week, and I believe goes all summer on Thursdays. And then every Wednesday in July and August, 9:30 to 10:30, or excuse me, 9:30 to 11:30, the Library Arts Center is doing a children art class. It's $10 a class. So I thought that was pretty cool. If you're interested in any of these things, some local stuff you can go and do, and art class at art. That's always fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, creativity is. I think it's important. It's like playing sports, and
Yeah, it's a good time and keeps you get out of trouble and can do something creative. So that's always good. LAFA's doing a job fair on July 6th. From
I
noon.
saw that.
I saw the big sign out there. Yeah, so noon to 3, and they're providing lunch too. Maybe we should just go over for the free lunch and be like, yeah, we're interested in a job. And used to work there years and years and years ago.
Well, Zeta was surprised. She's like, "Do you know they make aerospace parts?" I'm like, "Zeta,
Yeah,
all
like,
these
they make
businesses
everything.
around here make stuff for military contractors."
When I worked there,
Newport and Claremont, and probably even further than that, but just that was the area that I really researched before we moved here.
yeah,
A lot of businesses.
they were making parts for Ruger too, and they were. I mean, at the time I worked there, of course, this was during like Desert Storm, or not Desert Storm, Desert Shield. They were making more.
Desert Storm, Desert Shield, same.
Which one's the after 9/11? Not the first Desert.
That would be the Gulf War.
Okay, excuse me. So after 9/11, when I worked there probably in 2003 ish. They were making tons of military parts because like the feed trays would wear out because of the sand and stuff, and like these like gas chambers for machine. I don't know.
The
All kinds of
sand
stuff.
is horrible. Sand and seawater.
Yeah. So, but anyways, yeah, if you're looking for a job, most of these jobs pay well.
Pay well.
Inside. I'm pretty sure it's AC even in the building now.
And if you're around here, it's not that far of a drive.
No, you could ride your bike from here right down the hill. We talked about it yesterday too. Sunday, July 17th, 11 to 2, black ash basket weaving at the Sullivan County Complex in Unity. If you're interested in something like that, sounds pretty cool. This one I think is pretty cool. I would fail at this, but it would be fun. There's a hot dog eating contest Saturday at 1 o'clock in front of the Ben Mayer Bandstand in Sunapee, right up in the Sunapee Harbor. And prizes include 2-day pass to Mount Sunapee, 2-day matinee tickets to New London Barn and Playhouse, a $100 gift card to the Lake Shop. I don't know what that is, but and 50 to the Harborside Trading. Fastest person to eat 10 hot dogs wins $25, or it's $25 enter. Excuse me. Huh. All proceeds go to NEHSA. I don't even know what that is, but if you're interested, you have to be 18 though.
So it's only 10 hot dogs? The fastest to eat 10, huh?
Yeah.
See, if it was a shrimp eating contest, I'd be all about it. I might die of iodine poisoning. I love shrimp.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been talking.
I love hot dogs, but 10's a lot.
Like, there's people out there who, I've lost contact with when I was in the military, but there was almost a shrimp eating contest because I really feel like I can eat a lot of shrimp. Like, I love shrimp. I ate a lot of CC's when I was younger, CC's Pizza. Because it's cheap and you're out of college. And
99
whatever.
cents. Well, back then it was probably like 69 cents or something.
No,
yeah.
I think it was like $1.99 or.
Huh. The little ones?
No, like CC's Pizza is like this chain. So
Oh,
they
okay,
have,
not
a
that
whole
one.
Buffet of
Celeste.
pizza.
This is another pizza I'm thinking. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, I ate a lot. Like, I'm not going to give a number on air, but I ate a lot.
I mean,
You're 22 years old, 21, whatever I was.
it's not. Think about it. It's $25 to enter. If 4 of us go over, split the hot dogs. That's a cheap lunch. Farmers Market tomorrow, 3 to 6, and Concert on the Common Sunday, 6 to 8. It's cruising, and
That's the band playing, cruising.
yeah. And then here's what me. I've had this for a little while. It's kind of funny. That looks like an interesting read. Do you mind I'm reading? It's How to Attract Women. Victor is not what you call a quick study. True story. And then we've got 2 breaking news cases. So the Supreme Court ruled that Biden administration, this is the last day of the Supreme Court, it's in session, and the Supreme Court ruled that Biden administration decision to terminate the Remain in Mexico policy didn't violate federal immigration law, so they can now just flood the border even more with people. So that's just lovely news.
Well, we don't need to protect our borders. We need to go protect Ukraine's, but
Yeah.
ours are okay. You can come across our borders.
Yeah, well,
We have no sovereignty left in this country.
When you're laundering money over there, it's important to keep the country like that, you know?
Yeah, whatever.
It makes me wonder sometimes, like, so, I don't know, I don't get it. So the Biden administration just wants to let everyone just flood through the border, as they have since he's been there. He's had over 3 million people have come since he's taken office. And then you have those 51 people they found that are dead in the box trailer. So there's a serious issue at the southern border. Yet now he'll just now.
Wasn't Kamala in charge of that, or did he fire her from that? Like,
I don't even think she ever went there.
Yeah,
they don't take nothing serious.
Yeah.
They should all be brought before a trial judge and be tried for treason.
I don't know if it's treason. I know it's. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but they're
You could easily
not protecting our sovereignty.
You could easily impeach him in a heartbeat because of the southern border.
Well, you could
He's
impeach him because
neglecting
he's lied, saying he didn't know anything about Hunter Biden's
That's true.
business transaction, and now there's a alleged phone call where he says, "Hey, I read the article. I think you're in the clear." Blah blah blah.
I heard the call. Yeah.
Yeah. But he didn't know about it, so we're just whatever.
So that's a Supreme Court ruling. That's just.
I don't know how you
Lovely.
justify that.
How do they justify any of this stuff?
I'm just saying they lied about the phone call. It's been proven. They lied, and Schiff made up all that stuff that
Shifty Shiv.
Yeah,
Shift.
he made it up, talked about it on the floor of Congress, like a made-up phone call. To get everybody spun up, he lied about it. And then they're like, the phone call, at least that's the way I saw it. Granted, we all have our biases. And anytime somebody like Schiff talks, I immediately, put on my BS. Like, this is all BS coming at me. And most politicians I do that for anyway. It's not just Schiff. It's most politicians. So they impeach him over a phone call. But yet here we have a phone call where he obviously is. The implications are that he lied, saying that he didn't know anything about these business dealings. These business dealings are with people who can influence, and the allegation is that they were buying influence through Hunter Biden's business dealings. And there's pictures of Biden with people that he said he never met on the golf course. There's all kinds of stuff out there. And this isn't whataboutism. This is, you impeach Trump for less. Here's all this. Why aren't you impeaching him now? It's because you have control of Congress.
Yeah, and the first thing you impeached Trump for came out in court that was complete BS. It was all fabricated from the Clintons.
Yeah,
exactly.
Campaign.
And then, well, think about it. You have Eric Swalwell, who's still in Congress, who, legitimately, 100% was sleeping with a Chinese spy, Feng Pang, and
Feinstein had a Chinese spy driver, allegedly.
Yeah. Yet these people...
I'm sure there's other people that, spies are constantly trying to infiltrate. But, there was a spy driving around for 20 years.
You suppose he infiltrated her the other way around?
I don't know, but...
But he's still in Congress. Nothing happened.
And she is, too.
It's a joke.
They don't represent...
Us in any way.
they don't even represent... The Democrats don't represent Democrats. You can go online and find all their promises and how you just need to vote more of them in. No, you have control of everything. We talked about this several times. You and the Republicans all work together for the same lobbyists.
Right.
Not for the people, because if they did it for the people, then they would enact the Democratic platform, which they kind of are, right? They're doing the Green New Deal without calling it that, by destroying the energy sector, because we should be self-sufficient.
Right.
Because we were energy independent right when he took office. We didn't rely on anyone, and we still are the second or third largest producer of natural resources between natural gas and oil.
It's been a bad...
We're we're in the top three. It's either 2 or 3, but we're in the top.
It's been a bad 7 days if you're.
So, but think about this. Like, just use logic and reason. We have the capability and the resources to produce more, so we don't have to rely on anyone else. Yet we're paying $5, or I guess it went down a little bit last night. So it's like $4.80 or whatever, $4.90 a gallon of gas. Like this, we're doing this to ourselves. Like I don't understand. Like it doesn't matter which party you're for. Make them keep voicing it, and when you realize that all of us are saying the same thing, like we want cheaper gas, we have the capabilities. I'm okay with switching over to less polluting technologies, but like we talked about yesterday, with a plan. Like develop the system so that if you want me to drive an electric car, I'm not going to spend $600 on an electric bill to charge my car. I don't know. Who knows how much it'll be.
600.
I mean, I'm already at 300 and something now. It's about to double.
It's going to double next month.
So does that mean I can expect a $500, $600
Yes.
electric bill?
Yep.
So that's without charging an electric car. So how much?
Yes. So keep in mind, I had one bill this past winter, $585. So I would have had a bill for almost $1,200 for 1 month electricity. I don't have an electric car. Oh, it's going to save the environment, though. Yeah.
You don't even have
okay.
that. Like you don't have any big machinery or anything
No.
plugged in. Neither do I. I have there's 3 of us that live in this house.
Yeah.
Now, granted, there's a hot tub that kicks on a couple times a day. So that.
But that's a set rate. Like
Yeah.
that's a set. You know what that's going to use.
Like
every
everything
month.
comes with an Energy Star rating. Now, I'm
Right.
sure those are a plus
Of course,
or minus.
but so it's probably an extra $100 a month because of the hot tub or something. But
I don't even think it's that much.
Probably not.
I
But it's
think
consistent.
Yeah.
So how does my light bill? Like my light bills used to be, under $200. It's all good now. Now it's just every month is $300 no matter what, and now they're going to double it.
You may have an oven, a microwave, the lights,
Yeah.
the hot tub.
Wow, those lights are LED, so it shouldn't even use that much energy.
No, I got the bill, so it went up a little bit, but not much.
That's good. Whew. We won't have to do this outside. So another Supreme Court ruling. This has been a bad week for the lefties. So the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled 6-3 in the case of West Virginia versus the Environmental Protection Agency that the EPA lacks broad authority to regulate carbon dioxide emissions related to climate change. Man, I bet they're all going crazy today.
They should be. They shouldn't be. They should be like, oh, that makes sense. Why would a bureaucrat tell me what to do when I didn't elect them?
Exactly.
Like, I don't know who this person is.
The EPA is a joke to start with. You know how much red tape you got to go through to do anything? A normal thing. Like when you were talking, like you guys had the wetlands people out or something for the thing at the CT at the school, and I just shake my head and like, there's no freaking wetlands there except like on the other side of the field out in the woods. Like it just the red tape
there's a
is
second building. There's
I know where it's
options.
going, but there's no freaking wetlands where that's going. It's just more bureaucratic
Well,
BS.
it's more money you got to spend, so you're paying for people to come in.
Yeah.
Pencil
pushers.
I was brought up that life, liberty, and property.
Yeah, well.
Pursuit of happiness, but it's supposed to be property.
You can have that, but everyone and their brother has to tell you how to live. Like
that's why I told you.
Want to do.
To me, everything breaks down in you can do what you want, or you're not smart enough to do it. And granted, there are some people out there that have zero common sense, but there's also a thing called survival of the fittest. Sad,
You're talking some nonsense today. Survival of the fittest.
Hey, if I had to build my own house with a little skill set that I have, I'll either figure it out on my own or I'll freeze to death. Right? I mean, that's
you wouldn't freeze to death because I'd have to come over and help you and get this thing done.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like
I know what you're saying.
If all of a sudden the lights went out and we had to survive on our own, I'll figure out how to heat myself. Most
people would lose their mind. They would. Most people, if they didn't have their phone for a day, they would slowly deteriorate into wither away to nothing.
Yeah, I could do without all the technology. I
Life
think we'd
was
all be
simpler.
just fine.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And then I have this other story. I'm just going to read that line because I don't feel like reading the story. But there's a Tesla vehicle in a junkyard or whatever that caught on fire. It took 4,500 gallons of water to put it out. We've put out like a house fire with less than that before. Like some house fires, like 20,000 gallons of water. But that just tells you when those things catch on fire, You can hardly put them out. So Newport's tanker, I think, is like 1,500 gallons. So 3 of them full to put out a car fire. Normally a car fire you put out with less than 500 gallons of water. Like, so now you add that if it was in your garage charging, now your house just burnt down. Yeah, good idea.
And maybe your neighbors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pollutants going into the air.
Yeah. I mean, think about all the pollutants that Tesla put into there right there. But that's how many gas vehicles do you suppose that made up for? That one burnt. Nah.
You're using too much common sense.
I know. All right, positive meal of the day before the chief gets here. Think positive, and positive things will happen. That's pretty simple. Cute little balloon face here. Yeah,
I think that there's something to that.
I agree. If you're always negative, negative things happen. But if you're positive, positive things tend to happen.
You attract other positive people to you.
Yeah. You want to see someone positive, go to Noisy Rust Fireworks. You'll meet Shannon. I've known her a long time. Ari's smiling. Ari's in a good mood. I wish I could be happy like that all the time. Like, and she's not. I mean, she'll come in. You just come in the market like, tired or whatever, a lot going on, but still Ari's in a great mood. That fits perfectly with her. So go get your fireworks. Go see Shannon. Get your paving done or seal coating. Did you call?
No.
Did you call Steve? Remember when I said yesterday, like, hey, you want me to reach out for you?
Was that yesterday or 2 days ago?
That was probably 2 days ago. So Steve's going to call Jessica at Twin State Paving about sealing the driveway, or, well, in your case, sealing it, an estimate to seal it. But if you need anything driveway paving done or sealing, reach out to them. They're the best around. They're the ones they sponsor the show, but they're the ones I've ever recommended for years. When my business was, someone was like, hey, who should I have them pave my driveway? Have them pave your driveway, because I know they do a good job, and their family's been doing it for like 4 generations. So, and if you want to go on a cruise, you want to go on vacation, any of those cool things, Wicked Awesome Adventures, Christy Kibbe, she just, Kim Williams and her husband were in Mexico, and they put some pictures up, and I actually shared it on our page yesterday. It looked like a lot of fun, and Christy set up that trip for them. So it doesn't cost any more money to have a travel agent. It's all built into the pricing, whether you go online or anywhere you go. And she always has deals come up, like, hey, do you want to go to this place? Deals are constantly in this, because it's our business. So she knows all this stuff. So,
and I think there are some parts of the world that are opening up more than others. She can probably
she knows all the COVID policies for everything. Like, so she knows all that stuff, and if she don't know it, she can find out, where most people are like, well, Google it now. This is Christy will hook you right up. So, thanks for watching this part of the show, and we'll be back with Chief here in a little bit. Enjoy your day, and talk to you in the morning.